Hello, I wanted to discuss with you today scenario 2, which is Sam Collins, who had been teaching science for 6 years and has now been asked to take his course and make it into an online format. And his teaching style was really well received by students and the administration, so we want to discuss what elements he needs to include when he is preparing to teach at a distance. And this is really kind of what happened in my life. I did my student teaching in a 6th grade science classroom, and I actually went straight from my student teaching to teaching virtually at a distance. And so in my student teaching, the things that the students really liked was the activities and the demonstrations that I did. It seemed to really help them understand those science concepts that I was teaching. So I wanted to bring that into the online teaching. So there's no reason why you can't do experiments and fun hands-on activities even when your students are at a distance. So that's one thing that I've really brought into my science curriculum is a lot of the stuff that I was doing in the classroom. So elements that he wants to include are things that he was doing and was successful in the brick and mortar classroom. You have to think of fun and creative, innovative ideas of how you can bring those into the online environment, but it is possible, and that's definitely what he wants to bring into his distance classroom. In our teaching and learning at a distance, it talks about those lists of best practices. So as he's preparing his course, that could be one thing that you go over is a list of best practices, and it talks about the History Channel and how engaging it is, how it draws the learner in and keeps them engaged. And he could just go over things that he did in the classroom that engaged his students and kept them motivated. That's what he needs to bring into his distance education science curriculum. And then in the presentation this week on effective techniques for teaching at a distance, Dr. Holder states that the purpose is to utilize numerous resources to really make distance education an interactive, dynamic learning experience, and you just want to create a wonderful learning environment. There's no reason that you can't do that. If you've done it in the classroom, there's no reason that you can't bring that into your distance education. So if I were Sam Collins, I would look at all my numerous resources, research those, and see how many of those I could incorporate into my distance program.